Wow, we have a very captive audience this evening. It is 7 o'clock and this is the October 15th meeting of the Warren Zoning Board of Review. I am Jason Rainone, your chairman and MC for the evening. To my right is Jason Nystrom. Continuing down the row is Michael Alves, Bert Rodriguez, David Francis, and our vice chair, Chuck Thibodeau. We will begin with the approval of the minutes for both the site visit and the regular meeting on September 17th, 2025. Are there any notes or comments on the minutes as circulated?
I move approval of the minutes.
There's a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Made and second. Any objections? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. There is no old business on the agenda for the evening. Our first bit of business on the new business agenda is application ZB 25-26. Warren Junction LLC owner and Aaliyah Johnson applicant, 8 Turner Street, plat map 4, lot 39, a request for a special use permit to allow a restaurant in the Village Business Zoning District. Unfortunately, we did not receive adequate information from the applicant prior to the deadline, so I will entertain a motion to continue that to our November meeting, which will be Wednesday, November 19th.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
There was a motion made and seconded to continue application ZB 25-26. Any objections? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Moving on to business number 2, application ZB 25-27, Robin A. Kennedy DeSocio and Patrick DeSocio, owner, and John Sheridan, applicant. 4 Blackthorn Lane, plat map 16, lot 328, request for a dimensional variance to construct an addition with less than the required front yard and rear yard setback in an R40 overlay zoning district. Who will be speaking for the application? Excellent. Excellent. Do you need us to fire up the screen? Good to see you again, Mr. Sheridan.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is John Sheridan, 34 Brownell Street. And Warren, I'm the architect and applicant for owners Robin, who's not here, she's out of town, and Pat DeSocio. I don't know who was here, but 3 years ago, very similar application was approved. These guys thought they were gonna move and it expired. Decided to actually have one more kid and decided to stay, so we're coming back before you. The only change is that the garage is 2 feet longer, so it's 2 feet closer to the front property line. Their request for relief in the front is, their request for relief from the required front yard of 40 feet and 60 feet rear yard setback along the garage extension in the front and the master bedroom addition in the rear. The garage extends 8 feet towards the front property line to make room for a new first floor mudroom, laundry and pantry. The proposed garage addition will be 33 feet from the front property line, where 40 feet required. The master bedroom addition will give the owners a much needed third bedroom. The master addition will be 48 feet from the rear property line, where 60 feet is required. The added area will make the overall lot coverage 10.5%, where 20% is flat. And again, this is due to their growing family. Current house is 2 bedrooms, 1 story. They want to maintain this kind of 1-story, kind of cool 70s design. So we kept to a first floor addition. Obviously, we could have gone up in that footprint. We also thought that it was a little more costly. So we're requesting relief from hopefully this kind of minimal encroaching setbacks to the front and the rear. We think the size and scale is consistent with the character of the surrounding neighborhood, and it's that's all I have. I could, you want to hear from Pat or before you have questions, or you want to have questions on the application?
I think my initial question has been answered, was why did you guys not move forward with it in, I think it was 21, 22 when it was approved? Yeah, that makes sense.
Why?
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Patrick DeSocio for Blackthorn Lane.
So
Yeah,
we're
so-
glad you're staying.
Yeah, well, so that was, kind of the impetus of our idea back then was, my wife is from the Boston area and work a lot in the Boston area. And, eventually moved back, and it dawned on us that why would we go to Warren? And my mom's right down the road from us and everything just kind of fell into place, with us staying here. There's no need for us to ever move our property, go our house, go to the neighborhood, go to the neighbors. So we've been a little slow getting back to us as far as signing. But so basically we're saying we had another child. For 2 every day, but we desperately need the space. Adding one roof or something, but we also just gives us a little bit more room to have a garage and develop itself. And so 2 buildings. Actually, very nice.
Makes sense. Am I correct that the variances that we're looking at are not putting the building any closer to the neighboring properties to the left and right of this home? It's essentially an extension towards the street and towards the back property line. Is there anyone who lives behind you?
There's nobody.
If I recall, it's a big parcel of land. It's undeveloped. I don't know what the status is, but
Yeah, so this side are the houses along Twisted. And then there's nothing behind those houses. It's like, that's 14 acres that somebody else owns that goes down to the bay. It's just kind of marshy land, so. Correct, there's nothing.
A lot of deer.
Yeah, and again, you probably saw a neighbor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody has opposed.
You can see.
And is it safe to assume, I mean, obviously, if we're extending the garage, then the added dimensions need to be associated with the garage. Based on the floor plan, it seems like the bedroom additions would be associated with sort of the 1/3 wing of the house that is the bedroom and living quarters relative to a living room and a kitchen wing,
That's
correct?
not bad, right. Right now, it's just 2 bedrooms, so. Stuff that happened.
Gotcha. And is it safe to say that it would be impractical to have that 3rd bedroom be off the living room relative to the layout of the house, that sort of thing?
It's a little impractical function wise. It's nice to have everybody in the same area, kind of separating parents from the kids, and that's why they didn't want to go up, it's separated. And they don't need that much more space. So,
yeah, and I'll note from the site plans too, between your house and what's going with the property to the west, you've got your septic system in leach field over there, correct? Yeah, so that's going to preclude kind of expanding
yeah,
that way at
that
all.
was the spot, but even now, we didn't really have more functional, you would have had to cut 4 bedrooms to get to another bedroom.
Yeah. Forward.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
wanna put your master bedroom right near your kids? Sure. Well, I had 6 kids.
Soundproof, soundproof.
Great question. Get back to that.
Any other questions from the member of the board? In the interest of saving you the leg squats, stay where you are. We'll open the public portion. If there is anyone in the audience who would like to speak on the matter, since we're the only ones in the room, we will close the public portion. And is there anything else that y'all would like us to know about this application? Any other questions from the board? Is someone prepared to make a motion? I see Jay furiously scribbling notes.
Yeah, I can just gotta do something real quick. Okay. I move approval of application number ZB 25-27, Robin A. Kennedy DeSocio and Patrick DeSocio, owner, and John Sheridan applicant. 4 Blackthorn Lane, plat map 16, lot 328. Request for a dimensional variance to construct an addition with the less than required front yard and rear yard setbacks in the R40 overlay zoning district. In granting the petition, we note that the hardship from which the applicant seeks is due to the unique characteristics of the subject land or structure and not to the general characteristics of the surrounding area, and is not due to the physical or economic disability of the applicant. As far as findings of fact, we do note that this is it's a uniquely laid out home, dead in the center of this parcel. In order to expand using the existing roof lines really in any direction, it appears that would take you outside of these settings. We find that the hardship is not the result of any prior action of the applicant. This is a pre-existing home that the applicant is petitioning us to expand. We find that granting of the requested variance will not alter the general character of the surrounding area or impair the intent or purpose of the zoning ordinance or the comprehensive plan upon which the ordinance is based. Again, there's been testimony given by the applicant that as opposed to going vertically, they are proposing to maintain the style of the home and keeping it single story, really just expanding it with these bump outs and keeping very similar styles with the roof lines. So we, in keeping with the existing structure, we find that's not going to change the surrounding area much at all. And we do find that, retaining Warrenites and, expanding this property will increase the tax rolls to a degree, I'm sure. So the comprehensive plan will be happy. And in granting this, we find that the hardship suffered by the owner of the subject property, if we were not to grant this, would be more than a mere inconvenience. There's been testimony given that the owners wish to stay here in Asian Place, to stay in Warren. They have a new child, and they need to add additional bedroom and living space, which is certainly a reasonable request. And if were this not to be granted, it would be more than a mere inconvenience, as they would not be able to comfortably live in the current home that they currently enjoy. We will memorialize the dimensional requests. Again, for the rear yard setback, what is required is 60 feet. What is proposed is 48 feet, requiring 12 feet of relief sought. The front yard setback, what is required is 40 feet. What is proposed is 33 feet, resulting in a request of 7 feet of relief. And we would condition this approval that, all necessary building permits be pulled and that all health, fire, and safety local ordinances be followed.
Are there any other conditions? Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good luck to you, gentlemen. I am seeing no administrative matters on the agenda. Matt or Haley, do we have anything else we need to deal with? Very good. I will accept the motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.